Hello, welcome back to the Earle Wellbeing YouTube channel. Now, today I'm talking bone health. Yeah, it's something I find I'm being increasingly asked about, and it's just so essential for women's health, especially as we age. Half of women aged over 50 will break a bone due to osteoporosis, and this could result in chronic pain, disability, becoming housebound, having to give up our job, our hobbies, going out, socializing, potentially even premature death. Scary stuff, isn't it? But the good news is that there are plenty of things that we can do to protect ourselves. So go on, grab a cup of something, maybe a notebook and a pen, and let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk first why women are just so impacted by changes in our bone health and conditions like osteoporosis. Well, you might have guessed it, it all comes down to our hormones. You see, estrogen plays a vital role in maintaining our bone density, and when menopause occurs, our bones begin to rapidly lose strength as estrogen declines. In fact, women can lose a staggering 20% of bone density in the 5 to 7 years after menopause. And that's why conditions like osteoporosis affect so many more women than men. 1 in 2 women aged over 50 in the UK are at risk of breaking a bone due to osteoporosis. And this figure lowers to 1 in 5 for men of a similar age. Now, this really matters because broken bones caused by osteoporosis are one of the leading causes of premature death in the UK too. So what do I do to keep my bones strong? Well, let's start with nutrition. You know me, I love to take a food-first approach when it comes to supporting my health. And protein is often overlooked when it comes to our bones, but it's critical for our bone matrix. It helps to form the framework of bones that minerals like calcium and phosphate can then attach to, giving bones their density and their strength. So protein also, of course, helps to support our muscle mass, which can go a long way to keeping us strong and preventing falls. So I always consider protein first when I'm building a plate of food. And I also sometimes top it up with some protein powder or bone broth if I feel that I need an extra boost. Then other bone-friendly essentials include calcium-rich foods. Think of dairy products like milk and yogurt. Greek yogurt is especially good for calcium, and I would opt for full fat here too, because this is going to help us absorb some of the fat-soluble vitamins that also support our bones, like vitamin D and K2. More on those in a moment. But other calcium-rich foods are things like certain fortified milks, green leafy veg, almonds, sesame seeds. And then when it comes to specific nutrients and potential supplements, we need to be looking at things like magnesium with vitamin D and K2. Why? Well, magnesium helps with bone growth as well as calcium absorption and utilization. If we don't have enough magnesium, it can actually disrupt how well we regulate calcium levels in the body, and it will end up being misplaced with accumulation in tissues like the muscles and heart and kidneys. Not good. Similarly, vitamin D, that plays a really good role in helping the body to absorb calcium and phosphate. But with vitamin D, we need plenty of K2, and this helps to ensure that of the calcium we're absorbing, it's going to the right place, not ending up in soft tissues, including our blood vessels. And K2 can then also help to prevent the degradation of bones and promote bone remineralization. So yeah, a really helpful one. And then another trace mineral that I've not really spoken about before, but it's key for bone health, is boron. Now, this is really interesting because it helps to metabolize calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, promoting better bone health. Now, of course, you can supplement each of these nutrients individually, but a recent find of mine that I really love is this. So this is really clever because it's BioCare's Osteoplex, and it's actually formulated with all of these essential ingredients in one handy supplement. So yeah, it contains calcium, magnesium, vitamin D3, vitamin K2 and boron. And this combination of nutrients all works synergistically to support bone health. Really clever and super easy to take. Just one capsule with food 3 times a day and you're done. Now, if you'd like to give this a try, we do have a discount. Yeah, you can save 15% with the code LizLoves25 at checkout, and I will put all the details in the description below. And while we're on this, I also want to talk about collagen. I know I talk a lot about this, but it's really important and it's so essential for keeping our bones healthy, as collagen supports the scaffolding of our bones and our joints. And I wanted here to mention another brilliant offer that BioCare currently have, because if you buy the Menopause Multrinutrient or the Female Balance supplement, you'll receive the Collagen Complex absolutely free. Again, I'll put all the details of this offer in the description below, but a real bargain to snap up there. Now, the collagen complex is really interesting because it combines marine collagen with hyaluronic acid and vitamin C, and these are absorbed rapidly into the bloodstream and help to support our bones as well as the health of our skin, our hair and our joints. So do check out these offers, well worth a look. Okay, well, some other things that I do for bone health: weight-bearing exercise. Now, for me, I absolutely love strength training. It's something I only really got into in my 50s or so, but it's so good for us, and it's never too late to get started. One of the most exciting discoveries regarding weightlifting in later life is the research showing it encourages the growth of new muscle and bone stem cells. And this is highly significant because tissue regeneration declines with age. So something as simple as lifting a few weights can actually reverse this. Well, bring it on. Studies also show that weight-bearing exercise influences stem cells to turn themselves into bone, not fat. So while we might not see a reduction in the overall weight on the scales, we're likely to find that our bones are becoming heavier, denser and stronger as our fat reserves dwindle. Another win for keeping us strong. So for the average woman, lifting a few weights like dumbbells or kettlebells strengthens joints, it prevents muscle loss and builds better bone health. Truth be told, if we don't lift weights, we will age faster. So get started. Finally, I do want to talk about HRT because this one is really important. And yes, HRT can help with our bone health, even in post-menopausal women. So current NICE guidelines say that HRT should be considered for the prevention and treatment of osteoporosis, particularly for women under 60 or within 10 years of menopause. But it may still offer benefit beyond this, especially if there are ongoing symptoms like joint pain and fatigue. Now, it's important to know that HRT is one of the only treatments that relieves both menopausal symptoms and helps to build and preserve bone. Even a low dose of estrogen has been shown to reduce fracture risks. So if you don't already, do consider HRT to support you in midlife and beyond. It does far more than just relieve the hot flashes. So yeah, there we have it, my simple strategies for keeping bones healthy as we age. I so hope this was helpful, and yeah, do share this one with your girlfriends because it could just save their life. A huge thank you to BioCare for supporting this video. Their Osteoplex supplement is a real game changer for supporting bone health, and their dedication to creating high quality evidence-based products makes conversations like this possible. And don't forget that you can save 15% off all BioCare products with the code LizLoves25 at the checkout. Until the next time then, go very well and we'll speak soon. Bye-bye.